Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press morning podcast for January 12, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. Firstly, the U.S.-Iran standoff has reached a critical juncture, with widespread demonstrations and clashes between security forces and protesters in Iran. The death toll continues to mount, and the situation remains uncertain. Secondly, Cuba is facing an uncertain future after the fall of its ally, Venezuelan leader Nicolás Maduro. The U.S. has warned that no more Venezuelan oil or money will flow to the communist-run island, which could have significant implications for the region. Lastly, the Arctic region has emerged as a critical focal point of competition among major world powers, with tensions centered around Greenland. Recent comments by U.S. President Donald Trump expressing interest in acquiring Greenland have sparked controversy, and experts warn that any miscalculation or aggressive action in the region could have far-reaching consequences. These stories highlight the complex and interconnected nature of global politics, where events in one part of the world can have significant implications for others. We'll continue to monitor these developments and provide fair and balanced coverage as more information becomes available. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and Nanshall and know what's right now. I'm Barbara. Firstly, Senator Tim Kaine has spoken out against President Trump's plans to acquire Greenland, warning of disastrous consequences for the U.S. and its relationships with key allies. The senator emphasized bipartisan opposition to using American forces in any attempt to take control of the island, which is a semi-autonomous territory of Denmark. In another major development, U.S. commandos have captured Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro in a daring operation, dealing a significant blow to China's interests and prestige in the region. The attack has exposed the limits of Beijing's influence in the Western Hemisphere, with experts warning that any nation using Chinese defense equipment is now questioning its safety and effectiveness against U.S. forces. Lastly, we're following a developing story as Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau meets with his Danish counterpart to discuss the future of Greenland. The meeting comes amid growing tensions between the U.S. and Denmark over Trump's plans to acquire the island. These stories are unfolding rapidly and will continue to bring you updates throughout the day. For now, it's clear that the great power rivalry between the U.S. and China is shaping global events, with significant implications for international relations and security. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, in the world of credit cards, mortgage rewards have all but disappeared. These were once seen as a lucrative benefit for homeowners, but their disappearance serves as a reminder that what may seem like a great deal today can vanish tomorrow. Homeowners must remain vigilant and adapt to these changes to maximize their credit card rewards. Secondly, the Department of Justice has launched an investigation into the Federal Reserve's headquarters renovation project in Washington, D.C. The probe includes grand jury subpoenas and raises concerns about the independence of the Federal Reserve and potential political pressure on the central bank. We'll be keeping a close eye on this developing story as it unfolds. Lastly, a portfolio manager at Harris Oakmark has sounded the alarm on the state of fixed income markets, warning that valuations are mostly full and investors should exercise caution. With yields compressed to historic lows, investors may be taking on more risk than they realize, potentially setting themselves up for significant losses if interest rates rise or credit conditions deteriorate. The expert advises a long-term approach, focusing on high-quality businesses with strong fundamentals. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. First, NASA's Artemis mission is making progress with the successful preparation for the return of Commander Finke and his crewmates. The well-being of astronauts remains a top priority, and we'll continue to monitor developments and provide updates as more information becomes available. In other news, Canadian space technology company Kepler Communications has achieved a major milestone with the successful launch of its optical relay satellites aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. This breakthrough will enable real-time connectivity and advanced computing capabilities for critical commercial and sovereign space missions, cementing Canada's growing presence in the global space industry. Finally, we're shining a spotlight on Gwynne Shotwell, the president of SpaceX, who has been instrumental in driving the company's success. With her unique blend of technical expertise and business acumen, Shotwell is poised to lead SpaceX through its highly anticipated IPO and continue pushing the boundaries of space exploration. These stories remind us of the incredible progress being made in space technology and the remarkable individuals like Gwynne Shotwell who are making it all possible. As we gaze up at the stars, let's remember the power of human ingenuity and the boundless potential that lies within each of us to shape the future of our universe. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. We've got a thrilling weekend of NFL action to recap, folks. Our top story, the NFC West has made history by sending 3 teams, the Seattle Seahawks, Los Angeles Rams, and San Francisco 49ers, to the divisional round of the playoffs. This remarkable achievement is a testament to the strength and depth of the division, with all 3 teams winning at least 12 games this season. We're also tracking the latest developments in the NFL coaching carousel, where speculation is swirling around the future of Green Bay Packers head coach Matt LaFleur and the highly sought-after John Harbaugh. The Packers' stunning loss to the Chicago Bears has sparked intense rumors about LaFleur's potential departure, while Harbaugh is reportedly in high demand, with several teams vying for his attention. And finally, we're looking ahead to the divisional round of the playoffs, where the Seahawks will face off against the 49ers, and the Rams will travel to Chicago to take on the Bears. It's shaping up to be an exciting and unpredictable ride, folks. We'll have in-depth analysis, previews, and recaps of all the action right here on the AI Daily Press. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we explored the world of sports with a unique twist, as Formula One racing took center stage in our discussion on innovation and speed. However, it seems that article is not among the ones provided for this summary. Instead, let's dive into the stories we have at hand. We began with a tragic incident on the slopes of Washington State, where an avalanche claimed the lives of 2 experienced tourers, Paul Markoff and Eric Henney. Our thoughts are with their families and friends, as we reflect on the importance of preparedness and community in the face of natural disasters. Next, we took a culinary journey to the Amalfi Coast without leaving Melbourne, thanks to Taste of Amalfi, a new gelato shop that's bringing a taste of Italy to Australia. With its unique presentation and commitment to locally sourced ingredients, this shop is a must-visit destination for anyone looking to indulge in la dolce vita. Lastly, we looked at the intersection of sports and technology with our initial piece on Formula One, but since that's not part of today's discussion, let's focus on what we can learn from these diverse stories. Whether it's respecting the power of nature or celebrating the beauty of food and community, each tale reminds us of the importance of connection and appreciation for life's simple pleasures. Buon appetito! Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Like you, Charles. Can we talk about the Golden Globes? It's been a wild ride, folks. From the stunning red carpet looks to the heartfelt acceptance speeches, this year's ceremony did not disappoint. I mean, who can forget Teyana Taylor's emotional speech after winning her first Golden Globe? Or Wunmi Mosaku's beautiful essay about sharing her pregnancy news on the red carpet? And let's not forget Adam Sandler's hilarious promise to make more movies before he dies, at least half of them being good, of course. But what really caught our attention was the comparison between the Golden Globes and the Met Gala. Is this a new era for red carpet events? Are we seeing a shift towards more dramatic, more fashion-forward displays? We think so, and we're here for it. I mean, who wouldn't want to walk up a stunning set of stairs, a la the Metropolitan Museum of Art? The production designers behind the Golden Globes have outdone themselves this time. And before the big night, the pre-award events were just as exciting. The Spirit Awards, WWD Style Awards, an NPR celebration of their nominated podcast, Up First, all brought together some of the biggest names in the industry. We saw George Clooney, Demi Moore, and Cameron Diaz strutting their stuff on the red carpet, while Giorgio Armani and Lord Gavin MacLeod-Valentine were honored for their contributions to fashion and beauty. So, what do you think, folks? Are you loving the new Golden Globes red carpet look, or do you think it's a bit too much? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to tune in to our next podcast for more updates on the awards season. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, our economic report reveals that India's economy is experiencing growth with a focus on sustainable development. This growth is expected to have a positive impact on the environment, as the country invests in renewable energy and reduces its carbon footprint. In contrast, our conservation reports highlight the deep-seated inequities within the conservation community, particularly in regards to human-wildlife conflict. Researchers argue that conservation efforts often prioritize charismatic animals over local communities, leading to historical injustices and displacement of indigenous peoples. To address these issues, a new framework called RACE has been proposed, which recognizes the rights, agency, challenge, and education needed for sustainable conservation. Lastly, our discussion on biodiversity emphasizes the need for a nuanced approach to protecting our planet's precious wildlife. By recognizing historical injustices and working to address inequities, conservationists can build stronger relationships with local communities and achieve better outcomes for both people and the planet. Tune in next time for more in-depth discussions on these topics and join us as we explore the complexities of conservation and environmental sustainability. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.